Perfect. And you guys be on passive. I don't want you moving if there's some kind of an attack or something. Definitely don't want that happening. Okay, Stutto. You watch him, Stutto. Howdy, folks, and welcome back to ARK Primitive on the Shigoislands. We're running Primitive Plus here. Vanilla otherwise. Some settings a little higher than normal just so we can make stuff faster. And from last episode, we have this guy, our Sabertooth that we trapped in the pin. We're gonna shoot him up a little bit here. He wants to attack my. Oh, I missed. He wants to attack my stone wall. Well, why am I missing so badly? Let's get this guy down. You can stop moving now anytime, man. There we go. Finally got a hit on him. He's level, what was it, 80 something? Another miss. I'm really glad the hit markers are in there and the damage numbers, so I can actually see when I hit now. What level are you, buddy? No, you're not that high, actually. Oh, no, you're 56. Hey, you're not that bad. You're a good little riding guy. I would rather have a wolf, but you were here, so... Oh, man. This is really bad. Alright. I'll have to hit you this way. Come on. You should be dropping fairly soon. You, cats are not known for really high torpor. And... one more. And I don't have any raw prime on me right now. For the tame, he's not a perfect tame anyway. I'm not too worried about that. I obviously don't have kibble. I just started my farm. But what I do have... Oh, I hate the wasted shots. What I do have is some raw meat and some cooked prime. Now, cooked prime they actually prefer for taming above raw meat, if I'm not mistaken. We're going to put him in there and put that to the test and see if he pulls those first. I might even kill this guy. I am firing with Tranker. I was right. I think I am. Oh, man. Come here. Come on, buddy. Yeah, they're Trank arrows. He's trying to get away. And I'm probably going to kill him with this. Look how bloody he is. I don't know why he was so bloody to begin with. I wasn't getting headshots. I have a feeling one more arrow is going to kill him. So I'm really concerned. But you know what? It'll be a wash. I didn't really... He just fell into my lap. My lap. Okay, we're going to risk one more shot. Oh, if I can actually hit it. I actually anticipated him cutting left there, so I shot left. He didn't cut left. Okay, is that going to be enough to drop you, buddy? Yes. All right. Let's get a couple of those arrows back, because I still like arrows. All right. We're going to throw that in and this. And see which you draw first. So 22 cooked primes. And then 20 and 19 raws. And I don't think we're going to need any narcotics, but just in case. Wow, I was right. Look at his health indicator. One more arrow. If I had shot right away without giving him a little time, he probably would have been dead. His health was down to 20. Okay, 22, 2019. What are the spoil timers on these things? Okay. Better eat within the next minute, buddy, so I can tell for sure. Come on, buddy. Eat that first bite. I'll have to make a saddle for this guy. I don't have a saber-tooth saddle. Let's go ahead and unlock that. And like I said, I would have preferred a dire wolf, and I've been looking up there for really high-level dire wolves, and I'll grab a high-level one at some point. But this guy just wandered down here, so we might as well tame him up. He's a decent level. He's not great, but he's decent. Can I make the saber-tooth here? I don't think I can. Nope, that's in a smithy. Come on, buddy. Eat your first bite. Let the folks see. That cooked prime is better than raw. There we go, yep. He ate a cooked prime. He's down to 21. Wow. Our taming rates are up, but that was still pretty impressive. Still 99.8%, so he's going to tame out pretty well. Awesome. I'm wearing my Santa hat that I found in a drop. And I've made some dye-up and painted my armor to be my normal colors of black, forest green, and red. Awesome. So what we need to do this episode, we've got our farm going over here, and I planted a few more crops. That big, huge thing right there is a sugar cane. But I've got, what do I got here going here? It's wheat and rice and barley and sugar cane. And I've got all these compost bins running. I went ahead and tamed off camera a Messy over there to give me some poops to put in. There's always at least one poop, and I can always feed Messy stem berries to make more. I should have plenty of, I got plenty of fertilizer from the last batch that I'll apply to those things over there, to the crop plots, and plant some more stuff as well. Also off camera, since I needed so much thatch to produce the fertilizer, I went ahead and tamed this little guy, Chris. He is my Megaloceros, or Megalothatcheros, as I like to call them. And I don't know why I just did that. I didn't do that, thank goodness. And I'm going to start the technique of, I saw this on, I believe Steppy was doing this, and it's a good idea. I'm going to put the cooked meat and the old cooked meat on my hotbar together. Instead of waiting for the cooked meat to go bad and eat the raw cooked meat, I'll just have them both available. Nice. So anyway, with that in mind, what I need to do now is build a dino enclosure, because this workshop over here is going to go away. I want to get rid of these foundations so that I can get some of these resources back, so I don't have to go so far for wood and stone. So I want to put a dino enclosure out, and I think I want to do a barn. I don't think I want to have an open enclosure. I think I want to actually have a barn. So now whether that barn is completely enclosed or not, I don't know. I like how this is so flat, and I might just leave dirt here, but I think I'm going to enclose it, wrap it around with foundations. You'll see what I mean when I get to it, but I want to make a big area. I think I want to make it here, kind of like I'm walking here, right, for the dinos. And I think we're not going to make it out of stone for now. I want to make it out of brick eventually, but brick is so hard to get, hard to make, at least for me at the moment. I finally figured out how to make the clay. Remember earlier in another episode I had the limestone and it just wouldn't register as limestone? Apparently that was glitched out limestone that I had gotten earlier before they fixed some bug. So that entire stack of limestone was bad. I had to throw it out. I had to go collect new limestone, and then it worked. And I was able to make some clay. And then you have to bake the clay in a forge, and you make bricks. And then with the bricks you can make brick walls. And we'll do that eventually, but I think for now we're just going to do stone. And I think we might have wood possibly for the side or the siding of it. I don't know. We'll see how it works out. But I definitely want to have a roof over this place, because I don't want things falling in from up there. Now I can also put spike walls up there, and I may very well do that at some point anyway, just to keep things from falling into my base. But for now, I need to go collect a ton of stone, wood, and thatch, the normal things for making stone. And I think we're going to try some new storage bins. Now in modded ARK, the ARK Advanced, there's these rock storage bins that will hold rock and metal ore and flint and crystal, and then wood ones that hold wood and thatch. They have similar things here in Primitive Plus. If we go here into wood storage, they have this thing called a miner's box. It stores stone, metal, flint, and ingots. I want to craft one of those. And they have a wood storage shed. I want to craft one of those. I'm going to use these two things, and I'm going to place them, and I'm going to fill up all the wood and stone and thatch that I can possibly get with my guys. And I think I'm going to put these things over here. Let's see how big they are. This miner's car. Oh, that's substantial. We might have to put that down here. Let's put that down here, like right about there. Looks good. And now the wood one. Okay. Is there a front or a back to this? It almost looks like this is the front. So let's kind of move it out, kind of in between, kind of like right there. Nice. This looks like one of those woodsheds you get at the national parks in the U.S. where they have firewood for sale when you go into the national parks and you can pick up the firewood. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right, so I'm going to take our guys, our resource gatherers, and I'm going to fill these things up to the brim, and then we're going to get started on our dino enclosure. Woohoo! Okay, we've collected all the stuff, as you saw. And now it's time to construct a whole bunch of stone foundations to start with. Let's go ahead and grab some stone. Let's actually grab a bunch of thatch and some wood first. Grab that thatch out of there. Whole bunch of wood. Whole bunch more stone, whatever it'll give me. Okay. And we're looking for a stone foundation. There it is. I can craft 4 right now. Craft up a bunch more. I'll try to get, there's 2 more. And I'm pretty sure the foundations are going to be the way we go here. And I'll try to show you what I'm going to do. Okay. Let's let this craft up a bit. Throw these down here. And actually, I'm going to clear the crafting queue because I want to get busy showing you guys. So I'm going to throw some more of these wood logs over there so I can move. There we go. Okay, so this is the area, right, where I think we need to make our... We can call it a barn if you want. I like the water down there. You can call it a barn if you want. It's an enclosure. It's a pen, dino pen, you know, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so I think... First of all, I think we should try to line it up with the house, meaning that the front should be straight with the house. Easiest way to do that is to construct... Let me get a tiny bit of fiber. Since I can't pick it up, I want to have the cheapest pillar I can get, which will be a wood pillar. So let us construct a... Well, I think I have enough on me right now, actually, to construct a wood pillar. And we'll probably need to construct... Yeah, 2 sounds good. So what we're going to do is we're going to... This is kind of the line we want to take right here, this direction. Which means we kind of want to line up right there, kind of where Beverly is. So let's move Beverly out of the way. So basically in front of that ramp. Okay. So let's take our trusty pillars. And we'll put one there. And we'll put one there. Okay. Demolish. I want to have a bit of a gap here, so I need more pillars. So those were on 2. Let's see if we can construct another one with what we had left over. We sure can. Good. All right. And if I was to place the first foundation here, would that be enough of a gap for the animals? I don't think so. I think I want to go back. Well, actually, that's pretty good. So let's place the first first foundation right there. And that now is snapped to the house. So this line, that direction is the same as this line, this direction. So at least it'll be straight, right? I think so. I don't think I want to go to the right anymore. I want to go one that way, one this way. And this should also be lined up with the greenhouse because it was lined up to the house. So this is kind of what I was thinking about doing. Okay, let's actually build a few more. I think I'll only build one more foundation. If you can imagine an outline of the dino pen in stone foundation, it goes all the way this way, just one foundation wide, comes all the way back to, I don't know, about here, maybe for now, and cuts across to about here-ish. And maybe give us a little bit more room to move around there. So maybe about here and cuts back this way. Just an outline in foundations, right? And then we'll build up the walls on the foundation. And hopefully use that to make ceilings go across. I hope. Here's the hope, that we can get ceilings to go across. I don't think we will. I think we're going to have to put some kind of pillar or foundation underneath. And so we might have to make the inside of this foundations. I don't want to. I want it to be dirt. But I also want a roof because I don't want things falling in. So let me make a ton of foundations, guys. A ton of foundations. And we'll get this thing finished. Okay, so this is kind of what I had in mind. I put a dino gateway here. I don't have any behemoths, so I don't really need a behemoth gateway and human doors here. When I do get behemoths, I'll put a behemoth gate at the end, I think. I think that's wide enough for a behemoth gate, I hope. What is that? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think 9's wide enough. Hopefully it is. So that would be down there, or I'd figure out some place to put it if I needed to. But this is where I don't think it's going to work. See how I want this center to be dirt. I want it to be sand. Now, if I had left it no roof on this, I could do this no problem. But if I want to put a roof on, here's where I think I'm going to run into problems. Let's go ahead and start placing the roof. I don't think I'll have any problem along the foundation here, because there's foundation underneath my feet right now. So it should be no problem. My real problem is going to be one more over here to this top guy. I don't think there'll be any problem on this one. Unless they've changed something in ARK, this should not work. Okay. And I'm still near a foundation, so this should work. This whole row should be fine. It's the next row, I think, where I'm going to start running into problems. Okay, first of all, let's try to place here. Okay, that one worked. Now this is 2 off of foundation, so I think this one's fine. I think it's the next row. In fact, let's come out here and experiment. This should not snap. See? No foundation. Darn it. So in order to do this, I'm going to need to drop pillars or just fill in the whole thing with foundations. I think I'm going to do foundations. The real reason I wanted it is just because I like the dirt, and you know, animals tend to sink a little bit into foundations. They don't disappear anymore. And eggs are hard to see. But I think we can do something about the eggs. We can put the egg layers on ramps and have the eggs roll down and things. So I think we're good. So I'm going to have to get a whole bunch more stone and lay the inside of this in foundations, and then erect a wall up at least before we're done here, because I don't know if I'm going to have enough time to do the whole thing, but I at least want a wall around here so I can put my animals in here. I've already started just deconstructing the workshop, and I want to finish that. Oh, that middle ladder up there. Oh, man. Okay, I'm over here at the old workshop. We're tearing it down. We've got as much up, I think, as we're going to be able to get up in this episode of the new structure, and it's pretty decent. I mean, it's got the walls up, so no animals are going to be walking along and finding our guys. It could theoretically still be an RG or something falling in from above. So the last things we need to do here is I'm just going to finish demolishing this thing, and I'm going to probably do the rest of this off camera, but I do need to get my guys over there. I've already moved the feeding trough to this location. I won't be able to do that for much longer. To this location, which actually hits Messy up there and all the guys in here. And remember, we tamed Hap. He was the one who happened along. He was a happenstance. Hence the name Hap. Trisha's over here now. She's still carrying a whole bunch of my stuff. She's got the eggs and a whole bunch of extra meat and so forth and things like that. And also bees. We're going to get into bees next episode, I think. Because there's an apiary which you can set up to hold your bees and create honey and things like that. So we're gonna play with that. We've been collecting all those bees, and we have to put them to some kind of use, right? We're gonna get these guys. There's our high-level raptor that we tamed. Our 116, I believe, was his level when we first... his or her level. What are you? I didn't even name you yet. You are a female. Oh, you are a female. And so your name is going to be... Nancy. You're Nancy. Let's see here. Health. Let's get that up there. Weight's okay. Let's get this guy up. Let's get it to 500. All right, beautiful. And let's get some health going. 2,000. Perfect. All right, excellent. A little bit of blood there because I just ramped up her health. Let's park her next to Hap. Awesome. And then we've got the other raptors, which are basically going to be egg-laying raptors, I think. They're mate boosted, so we've got some females in here. The question is how many. We've got one. So Buddy's obviously a male, and Brian's a male. So we just got the one female. Oh well, I'll have to come back here with the saddle from Nancy to get them later. But let's get our dodos. Let's tell these two to follow. Come on over here, dodos. These dodos are definitely egg layers, and we have so many dodo eggs, guys. We're gonna have to start making some dodo kibble, and that means we're gonna have to find some place to store the kibble. And in Primitive Plus, you store it. There's no such thing as a preserving bin. There is something that I learned called... what did I call it? What do they call it? Not the wooden cabinet. I don't think you make it here. I think you make it in the construction bench or whatever. What happened to the... Oh, you're both there. Okay, come on over here, dodos. Where are you going? Up here. Come up here. Come into this new place where you will live. And you will live over here. There's Studo, your boyfriend. And, yep, have your butts pointed towards me so I can get your eggs. Please don't turn around when I throw you. Nice. Perfect. And you guys be on passive. I don't want you moving if there's some kind of an attack or something. Definitely don't want that happening. Okay, Studo. You watch him, Studo. All right. Where is that thing? Well, I learned it over here. I can't even remember what it is. It's not a preserving, because if you look for preserving, you find nothing. Well, meat preserving shed. That's not what I'm looking for. I don't think. Well, maybe that is it. Maybe that is it. Oh, smokehouse. Smokehouse was the one. Yeah, smokehouse. I think this is the preserving bin, and the other one is more like a refrigerator, even though it still, I think, runs on spark powder. So we're going to have to craft one of those and stick those inside so we can store all of... Oh, really? Oh. All right, guys. As you can see, they're walled in. I need to finish the foundations. I need to finish the walls, then finish the ceiling, and we'll have an actual working place to store our animals. I'm going to move the birds in there too, mostly because it's just easier to get to them when they're in there. Get Maria in. Move her back here. She's my speedster. And, of course, we need to get Missy in as well. And you two troublemakers. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Yeah. Troublemakers. And then we'll be safe to leave once we get those three last raptors over here. Leave them for the night. Oh, yeah. No backing up. This isn't modded. Awesome. All right. Are you guys both still in the trough range? You are. Missy and Maria. All right. Excellent. All right. Well, guys, I think if I can zoom in now, that's going to do it for this episode. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.